the teen librarian at Bay County Public Library. We're going to learn how to make 2 different types of dragon eggs, and afterwards we'll have some dragon facts, and we'll show some suggested reads that are dragon themed and are available in the Northwest Regional Library System. So we have 2 different types of dragon eggs. This was made with tacks, and this is an Easter egg painted and decorated with glue. So let's start with the tacks. So all this is a styrofoam egg covered in tacks. And so here's a styrofoam egg, for example. Okay, I found this online. You could probably find it in craft stores too, but so I'm going to set this right here so you can still see my golden egg. And I used gold tacks that I found. I also found these online. You might be able to find them in a store somewhere. Now they have, tacks come in all kinds of colors. You can also paint the tacks. You can use fingernail polish for one example. Here's a couple I painted. Don't know if you can see them or not. Let me see if I can get them closer. Okay, so I painted one a sparkly black and then I painted one purple. So I've seen some people paint all of their tacks. It's more time consuming, but it looks really cool when you're done. But I also like these metallic gold tacks. So I'm just going to open up my tack box. So the way you start is I like to start at the bottom and work my way to the top. So you'll take a tack. And I kind of stick mine in the bottom. Now try not to take them in and out too many times because the hole will loosen up and the tack will be more likely to fall out. So what you do is you kind of want to get your tacks close together so that they overlap. Okay? I'm just going to go around in a circle. Kind of see how they're overlapping. I don't want to see any part of the styrofoam egg when I'm done. I'm just going to do a few. Okay, and that's what you'll do. You do it all the way around the egg, okay? And when you're done, just be careful with the egg. This is more of a display egg, not a toy, because the tacks can still come out if you're not careful. So a lot of people will put them in glass cases just to make them look pretty. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next egg. Put that one to the side. Now the next egg, this one takes a little bit more time to make because you have to wait for the glue to dry and the paint to dry. So what this is a plastic Easter egg. So just a regular plastic egg. Okay, so first of all, you really want to sand the egg with some sandpaper, okay? So I got a little strip of sandpaper, and I'm just going to kind of show you. I won't sand the whole thing. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. See how it's kind of getting scratched up? What that will do is it will help the paint stick better to the egg because that's a really smooth surface. Okay, you do that all around the whole egg. Okay, so the next step is to decorate it with hot glue. So you gotta be careful. You might want a parent or somebody to help you. But all these thick lines around this egg is hot glue. Now you can do whatever patterns you want. I just did a swirl pattern on this one, but I did another one You can see I didn't paint this one yet. This is just the hot glue. I did what would probably look kind of like scales when you paint it. Okay, so you can do swirls, do whatever you want. All right. So after that, once the hot glue is dry, again, be really careful. I had to hot glue the top and let it sit in something that would hold it up like this, a cup or something that will hold it up. And once it's dry, I do the other side so that it will dry properly, okay? So what you do is I took acrylic paint and I painted it all over with acrylic paint, including the bumps, everything. And then afterwards, you can add the details. On mine, I put some silvery paint all over it, on the blue too, because I painted it like a dark blue, and then I did silver for a metallic effect, and then I did silver on the glue. I did have to paint a solid color before. I did a light blue before I did the silver, because the silver didn't want to show up very well, okay? You can do the same thing with your egg that you make. So just paint it, let it dry between each coat of paint. Okay, you can do the same thing. Paint one side and let it sit, paint the other side, let it sit. Okay? And just be careful with hot glue. It's very, very hot. Right, time for some dragon facts. What are dragons? Dragons are beasts of legend that appear in stories around the world, usually large and reptilian in appearance. They are sometimes known as helpful and good creatures, and other times seen as evil and greedy creatures. European dragons. European dragons are what people in Western society typically think of when they hear the word dragon. These dragons usually have wings and breathe fire. They have been the villain in many stories and often symbolize greed due to their love of hoarding treasure, such as Smaug in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. In medieval Europe, they were seen as evil creatures that had to be slain by a knight or warrior. For example, the story of St. George, the patron saint of England, tells of how a village was being terrorized by a dragon that demanded human sacrifices. They had to draw lots in order to choose who would be sacrificed, and the king's daughter was chosen. St. George rode in and killed the dragon with his lance, saving the princess and impressing the villagers so much that they converted to Christianity. In the epic poem called Beowulf, King Beowulf had to slay a fire-breathing dragon that was burning farms and villages in his kingdom. Though they are often still portrayed as villains, many books and films within the past few decades have begun to feature kind European-style dragons that want to help humans or just live their own lives. Asian dragons. Asian dragons are another well-known type of dragon. These dragons usually have long snake-like bodies and no wings, though they can still fly. These dragons are seen as friendly and wise, bringing both good luck and wealth. People also believe that Asian dragons can control the weather and are associated with water. One story from China tells of how 4 dragons tried to help people during a drought by scooping up ocean water to spray on their crop. Then they turned into 4 rivers in order to continue to help people water their crops. 4 rivers in China are named after the dragons: the Black River, the Yangtze River, the Pearl River, and the Yellow River. Another story from China tells of a boy named Xiao who found a magic pearl that made food grow quickly. One day he had to swallow it to keep thieves from stealing it, and it turned him into a dragon. From then on, he always made sure that his village's crops grew well. Dragons are still honored in many parts of Asia and appear in art and decor. For example, Chinese New Year festivals often feature a dragon dance where a long, colorful dragon is carried by a procession of dancers. The dragon is also an animal in the Chinese zodiac, and people born in the year of the dragon are said to be lucky.